Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DeMarco, CEO of Trap Spelling Bee. Check this out. Today I'm in Spencer, Oklahoma, about to interview a good friend of mine, Mr. Frost. Now you may know Mr. from the national television show Tough as Nails, as he competed for several weeks on national TV.
Last team challenge, I'm glad that we had that, talk, just get everything out in the clear and, let's just really focus on the task that we are assigned, you know what I'm saying? The last team challenge, a lot of emotions came out, but I think it was a needed discussion. So coming up to today's challenge, the score is 1-1. Our strategy is to see if we can implement our communication skills again and get this win.
But I know Mr. from back in the day. Me and him played high school basketball together, and we've been good friends ever since then. It's been a minute since me and Mr. got to catch up, but he gave me the opportunity to sit down and interview him to talk about family, work, and being on the show Tough as Nails. So y'all stay tuned, check out our interview. Keep it locked. Peace. I like to do hood rat shit with my friends. I've been a player since way back. I like to do hood rat shit with my friends. I've been a player since way back. I like to do hood rat shit with my friends. I've been a player since way back. I like to do hood rat shit with my friends. What's up, baby? Ain't nothing, man. I sure appreciate you, man. Good to see you. Man, appreciate you. Well, what's you, 38, 39 now? 38. What's still look good, boy? Hey, y'all, what's up? It's your boy, DeMarco, CEO of Trap Spelling Bee. Check this out, man. I'm out here in the good old country. If y'all knew how good it felt today, man, it's like the perfect day. But y'all, man, I'm out here with a good friend of mine. We've been friends since like middle school or high school, 20 plus years, played basketball together. He used to always have us running suicide. Mr. cussing out everybody mad because we got to run drills. Hey, I ain't the only one got to run. But hey, man, this is my partner, though. Y'all might have seen him on the national television show, Tough as Nails, man, competing. And it was just a beautiful thing to see somebody from, where I'm from on that national scale doing this thing. But without further ado, man, I want to introduce y'all to a good friend of mine, my partner, Mr. Frost. What's up, bro?
What's up with you, man? How you doing?
Man, ain't nothing to it, man. I appreciate you, allowing me to sit down with you and catch up, man. It's been a minute,
man, it's been a minute, man.
We do this, you know what I'm saying, off camera every time we get a chance to catch up, man. And, just season to season, a lot be going on with us. But, every time we get the chance to just catch up, man, it'd be a good thing. So I appreciate you again, man, for taking this time, man. It's been a lot since the last time we got to talk. And before the cameras came on, we started talking over stories. You know what? we share so many commonalities, man, and we go tell them some funny stories in this interview. But you know what I'm saying, just for starters, man, how you been, bro?
Man, everything has been, great.
Absolutely,
man,
absolutely.
First of all, man, welcome to the country.
Oh, for sure.
Man,
I feel so good out here, man.
This is the place, I mean, you just
the
feel
Mecca.
good when you're out here.
It's a different energy,
man,
bro.
You can take your shoes off if you want to, walk around the grass.
Man, for real.
But yeah, man, life's been pretty good, man. I can't complain. And it probably wouldn't do any good because everybody got something going on.
Ain't that right?
Man, just keep pushing.
Ain't that right, man? So you coming off of, the show Tough as Nails, man. I'm sure that the energy, since you went and competed and then it aired on national television has been crazy from, you and the fam getting to see yourself on TV. As kids, we dreamed of being on TV, man. Like literally you lived out our dream. So just tell us, man, how has it been since you competed on the show? And if you can kind of just walk us through the experience from your point of view, man, how was the overall experience?
Yeah, so man, I'm one of them type of guys that if I see something on TV or if I see somebody doing something else, I'm always the one to say, man, I can do that. I can do that. I'm the type of person that I like to try stuff, I'm like a daredevil, I guess. But I saw this show on Tough as Nails. I saw the show and I was like, man, it looked pretty cool. This is the stuff that they doing, the challenges and stuff. So I'm like, man, I can do that. So, man, I got on the computer and, applied. And, man, that's next thing you know, man, I got an email back, saying that they want more, like a video of me interviewing myself. So they sent me the questions and I interviewed myself. Me and my daughter, she asked me the questions and then I answer it. And, man, we sent in a homemade video. And, man, from there it was up. Getting that initial text saying that, all right, you've been selected
Right.
on this first go around. So we're gonna need some more videos. So they want more videos of me welding and doing the stuff that I do every day.
Right.
I just thought like something in me was like, man, this is about to get real.
For sure.
I'm like, man, at first it seemed like a joke.
Right.
Because a lot of us from out here, we don't get those opportunities.
For sure.
So I'm just going with it.
Mm-hmm.
And man, before you know it, man, they said, Mister, we got you a flight out to LA. We would love to have you to compete on the show.
How cool was that?
Man, I was so happy and just like, man, I was in disbelief really.
For sure.
But I knew it was for me. I always know it was something greater for me, but I just had to go try it out.
Man.
I had to step out my territory
Man.
and go after it.
So from doing the homemade videos, you know what I'm saying, passing all the qualifications,
Yep.
to hopping on that flight and put us in the room with you when you there. Like you done left the airport,
Yeah.
and now you on set. Like how was that? Like how surreal was that for you?
Man, I hopping on the flight from Oklahoma to LAX, and they had a limo waiting for us. They had my name, like the guy in the black suit, sitting there waiting with my name on there, Mr. Frost. And I'm walking with my bags looking for him. And I seen him. I was like, oh, man, this is real. I hop in the limo, just me by myself. And we take about an hour drive all the way to the hotel. From there, I'm greeted with everybody else that I've been emailing, and they've been emailing me back with the show, with the production crew. And I said, hey, mister, how you doing, man? So happy to see you. It's great to see you, man. How's everything? Blah, 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 blah. Man, it was like, I was kind of nervous at first.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shoot. Then they, walked me up to my room, and now I'm in the room with the door closed, and it's just, you in a whole nother world by yourself, and you don't know what to do. You don't know what's going on. You're just there, and you're just really thinking like, man, this is real. This is for real.
And then it's time to compete.
Yeah, and then they come pick you up the next morning in the van, and they take you to an undisclosed location, and there you go. You meet the host.
So how we see it on TV, how they sell the suspense on TV is almost essentially how you receive it as a contestant. Like some of the stuff you don't know just about to happen, that you have to be, you know what I'm saying, faced
Some
with.
stuff you just, 90% of the challenges, you don't know what you're doing. You going into a blind. So just like everybody else is watching it on TV, for the first time, our first time seeing it is the same way.
Right.
We don't know what's going on. So it's our ability to how well we can adapt to new situations. And I think that's the only way that you're going to get through.
Yeah. So, I mean, having experienced that, man, what you think the biggest lesson or, you know what I'm saying, the biggest thing you was able to gain from being a part of that experience?
Man, one thing that I would take from that show is, for me, Mister, just continue to be who you are, a genuine, nice person, with a little bit of attitude. But it's just a way I met so many good people out there and new people that the thing that I took from the show was, man, continue to reach out to people.
Absolutely.
And continue to make a difference in these new people.
Right.
If I can make a difference with these new people, just imagine my community that I come from.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Them the ones that I
Absolutely.
wanna impact.
Did you get some contacts and maintain some relationships since the show?
Oh yeah. So since the show, man, I've met. We've all kept in contact with everybody. My team and the other team. We all in a group text.
That's good.
And a lot of us text each other personally and kind of check up on each other. We tell each other happy birthdays and stuff like that. But out there, being out there for 7 weeks, man, you really do connect with people. I'm right beside you every single day.
Right.
With no cell phone, with no form of communication with our families. So essentially, man, you become our family. And that's how you get tight with your team.
So if it's one person you could think of while you was out there that had like an everlasting impact or effect on you, you know, moving forward in life from the experience you had with them on the show, who would you say that was?
Oh, somebody on the show?
Yeah.
Man, I connected with a lot of people on my show and on my team. I would say for my team.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. If you want to keep it neutral, and I respect that, if you form many relationships out there, tell us a moment that you had out there that you know you will take forever, and you know what I'm saying, draw inspiration, motivation, or something from that. You know, we had those moments in life, and I'm sure being on a show like that afforded you some experiences that you'll never forget. But was it one of those moments during the show that you had like a moment like, man, I'm gonna remember this for the rest of my life?
Yeah. So one, and it was the beginning of the show. We took that 2-hour boat ride to Catalina Island. Me and my team, we were sitting around the fire pit, and it was Renee that asked me, "So, mister, how did you get your name?" And I've been getting that question my whole life. But to be asked that again on national TV, it was like that moment for me to tell everybody and tell the world what my mama done told me all my life.
Yeah.
My mama was the one that gave me the name. So it was like my mama speaking to me and me telling the world.
Yeah.
You know,
that's cool.
How mama did it.
Right.
So I think that was the moment that I will always remember.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
But you, like you said, you got to express what your name means.
Yep.
Where you got your name from. Man, one of my mother's friends named me, and she still follow me on social media, but I remember, like, every time she sees me, it's a sense of pride that comes with that story.
Yeah.
Like, I named you. And, you know, as she see me go on to do great things, she always hold on to that. And, you know, I try to make sure I allow her that moment every time she see me to hug me. Boy, I named you. I'm so proud of you.
So it's almost like you got to live up.
But I bet
you're living up to it.
Absolutely, but I bet it was cool for you, like you said, to explain to the world what your mother had explained to you right here where we sitting.
Right, man, right here.
That's a beautiful thing.
Right
like,
here, yeah.
That's just poetry in motion right there, man.
Yeah.
For real. So we can talk about the Tough as Nails, but man, we go way further back than that. Man, I want to tell them the funny story about the time me and you went to California. Now, it was funny you said you was in LA again, because I'm going to start telling the story, man. Mr. going to make it sound a lot more funny. Hey, so check this out. Back in 2013, I think, y'all, I was at the ass end of my rap career. I was at the ass end. This is the last ditch effort to be a rapper. Now I'm like, hey, listen, I've been trying to be a rapper for probably about 2 or 3 years.
Sure, you was good though.
I was decent, but I'm like, you know, okay, I'm gonna take this trip out to Cali and shoot a video, because you know I just wanted to think bigger than just Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And I ain't had nobody to go with me, so I'm like, man, me and Mr. hanging. I don't know if we was working out. We was doing something around that time. It was something that you was helping me with the camp. It was something, you know. And I'm like, man, I'm about to go out to Cali and shoot a video, but I'm going by myself. And Mr. was like, well, man, I'll go with you. So I'm like, cool. So we got our flights, and you know what I'm saying, I scheduled the video shoot. And man, we got out to Cali now. It's funny because, I don't know, was that your first time in Cali?
Yeah.
That was my first time in Cali too. So
first time.
First of all, you hear all the war stories about, you know, Cali being, you know, gangs and stuff like that.
Affiliated.
But, you know, it looks cool on a movie like Menace to Society or South Central or something. But, man, when you land in L.A., we landed in L.A., we got a rental car. And the first thing I say, what I say, bro? I say, hey, man, we going to Nipsey Hussle store. So, listen, like you the first, I think you was driving from the rental car place. So, I'm like, man, we going to go to Slauson and Crenshaw and Slauson, the Nipsey store. At the time, it wasn't even a Marathon store. It was Slauson Ave. So, this is where they was really like,
it was real
this the
deal.
beginning. Like, if it's 2013, Nipsey hasn't took off as much as he did. But We pulled into the parking lot. It's
I'm
nowhere to
thinking
park.
like, damn, he want to go see some more gangs?
The same parking lot that Nipsey Hussle got murdered in, we pull into the parking lot. There's no parking spaces. I'm so overzealous, so happy to be at Nipsey's store. I say, well, hey, bro, I'm going to go ahead and hop out and go in. You can park. First of all, we don't know where we at.
I don't know where we at in the parking lot.
You had
it's
to go
in the back of the building.
You had to go to the back of the building and park, but I done jumped out. Now, let me tell y'all about the colors in L.A. Now, I'm so green that I don't know that, you know what I'm saying, colors are very important in L.A. Well, at the time, Kevin Durant is playing for the Thunder, and he had just came out with some shoes that was all orange.
All orange, I remember that.
So, if y'all know anything about Nipsey Hussle and his store, they 6-0, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they don't really favor Hoovers, which, you know, wear orange. So, I hop out the car as he's going to park in all orange. I got on some all orange shoes. I got on some
orange shirt.
Orange shirt, gray sweatpants with like a do-rag on or something. And I'm just so overzealous about going in here getting these Crenshaw shirts. I hop out and I go in, but I remember the first dude I passed, he looked at me like, he looked up and then like, you gotta be a tourist coming in here with this. So he didn't even like give me the whole gang bang, probably, you know what I'm saying, greeting that he probably would have gave somebody he knew was from Hoover.
Right, yeah.
But he looked me up and down and was like, what up? And then I heard somebody outside while you parking say, hey, cuz, who told you could be over here without letting me know? And he playing with some other dude, but the cuz is sounding so, I said, oh, this ain't no movie. Hey, I say, oh, they cousin for real. They ain't no. So I walk in. By this time, it's like a Mexican.
You hearing everything when you ain't from there.
Hey,
like,
it's a Mexican or something in there. And I had told T-Man I was going to get him a shirt. I guess I had announced I was going to the Nipsey store online. So T-Man like, bro, if you get in there, give me one. I'm like, all right, bet. So I was getting me a shirt. I think I was getting like 3 or 4 shirts for people I told I was going.
Shopping.
Hey, so look, I get, at the time, this ain't the Marathon store, bro. This is just a hood store. They selling they shirts out of. I get damn near like $250 worth of shirts. So at the time, they like, you know, that ain't normal just coming in here spending like damn near get 8 or 9 shirts at one time. So as he say, 200 and something in my peripheral, I see the Mexican look over like, damn, he's spending that much. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What
like,
else he got?
Yeah, like, why he spending this on shirts? Now, mind y'all, this is not the Marathon store. This is like Slauson Ave.
This is a hood.
This just a hood store.
Straight
so
hood.
by the time I done paid for the shirt, I done had to pinch my money first.
Yeah, you had to look to the side, turn to the side a little bit.
Yeah, I got probably a hot $1,000.
You don't want to show no bills, do you?
Hey, I'm trying to pinch it, bro. So I done pinched off like 300s, and then I done gave him the money to pay for the shirt. By this time, you walking in. Man, that look you gave me when you walked in.
I ain't want to look at the store. First of all, I couldn't even find a parking spot. It was so crowded.
Hey, the way you looked at me, boy.
Let's go.
But it was so funny, man, because when you walked in, I'm thinking like, bro, I done got us in some shit. I don't even know if we gonna get out.
Yeah, I was looking.
They about to kidnap us
gonna
both.
get out.
I said, they about to kidnap us both. I done came here in the wrong color. So, hey, the funniest part of the story, so we make it out with no, you know what I'm saying?
No conflict.
Yeah, no conflict.
Thank
we
God.
make it out. But we riding down the street, y'all. It's a ride from probably about like a mile from the Nipsey store to the Slauson swap meet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we on our way to the Slauson swap meet, and it's just total. So I don't even think we playing music, and we both just taking in what just happened. And we look, it was probably about dead silence for about 40 seconds. Then we look over at each other and bust out laughing.
You kind of overlook your life going off in the hood store.
Yeah.
Man, when I walked in that store, I seen you. I look around.
Yeah, it was serious.
Like, man.
But hey, that was
I gave you a look like
that was that real deal, bro. You can't like
I went there and locked the door. When we got in the car, first thing I did.
Hey, I remember that.
I was like, let's go.
I was trying to get the next location in the GPS. You said, hey boy, what you doing? We can do that.
We can do that. Like, let's go. Put that thing in drive. Let's go.
Man. Hey, that was a fun trip, but man, as we talked about before the camera came on, man, I remember we had a conversation in the hotel And man, it's crazy that we sitting here, you know what I'm saying, with all the things we've accomplished in the last probably 10 years, you know what I'm saying, as we both had manifestations that I remember when we used to talk, man, we used to always talk about bigger.
Yeah.
At the time, we in our early 20s, we don't even know what bigger is, but we have the vision for bigger. We want more. So if we working in something, we go work our hardest, whether you was welding, whether you was doing craftsman things, we was working at it. And just to see our lives just kind of blossom and to manifest, you know what I'm saying, where we came from, man. Now, you know, a lot of people, you know, may have seen you on that show, and then, you know, just amongst our peers that know you, man. Everybody know that, you know what I'm saying, you just the epitome of a country boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Go show love, go support it every turn, man. Like from the camps you helped me with to, it wasn't just the Cali trip you took with, man. We done did a lot of things together in support of each other, man. And it feels good to have that brotherhood with someone, like, even if we don't talk every day, like, I know that I got a friend in you, bro. And just to, you know, when I heard that you was on the show Tough as Nails and you was doing your thing, to see you on that national stage, I'm like, man, I remember we talked about things like this, man. So, I mean, like, just as far as, you know what I'm saying, life goes, man, like, what would you say, you know what I'm saying, in your life has been one of the biggest testaments to your perseverance? What makes you want more in life? What makes you keep going? What motivates you to even say, hey, I'm going to at least try to get on a show like this by putting in an audition tape? Like, what's that driving you that keeps you going, bro?
Man, to piggyback off what you were saying, man, it's my pleasure to show love to somebody who's showing love to themselves.
For sure.
You've always been a hustler.
For sure.
You always had your hand in something. And you've never gave up.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I peep that, and I appreciate you for being who you are.
Man, for sure.
So that's why it's easy for me to support you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
But man, for me, you know, growing up here, mom and daddy and two sisters, you know, me being the only boy, I always had to do a lot of work. And majority of it was outside work. I used to cut this 5 acres with a push mower sometimes.
Silverback.
Man, sweating like hell. But it's what mom and daddy taught me. Daddy from Ida Bell, mama grew up in Wellston. They didn't have a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? And they only can do what they know to do and what's out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have internet and all that. We got an opportunity to do whatever we want to do in life. And if you don't take heed in that, then of course you're going to lose in life.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's what mom and daddy allowed us to do. They allowed us to try a lot of different things. My first love was art. I've always been like sketching. I can draw, and they bought me all the stuff I need. So with their support, man, me and my sisters, we were able to do a lot of things. We were able to figure out what makes us feel good, you know. And as I grow older, the stuff that I see, I'm like, man, I can try that. It goes full circle into, if you like it or if you want to attempt it, you should try it. That way you don't have to have any, you know, kind of remorse. You know what I'm saying? When you get older, you know, most of the older people in my life has passed on. And me and my younger sister used to talk to the older people and ask them different questions. You know, we'll interview them. Like, how were you as a kid? And what did you do? What did you like?
This is family you talking
family.
about?
Yeah, this is family.
Learning your heritage,
learning my heritage. And they would say, well, I like this, I like that. And come to find out, some of us have some of the same similarities. They might have been in their 80s and we were in our 20s. And we still like the same thing. But it's like being in the country. You get to enjoy what you've seen, but also you can learn to love something else that you've never even seen before. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I never give up on anything until I try it. Now, if I try it and I don't like it, then that's that.
For sure.
But attempting things has always been a part of my life.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I know that you talk about family, you know, and I know how much your family mean to you, and you know, giving your mother and your father, you know, they well-deserved credit for raising you, you know, the way they did in a respectful way to kind of teach you that mentality of hard work and, you know, respect.
Yeah.
So, you know, with family being important to you, let's talk about, you know, in the community we come from, you know, a lot of kids can't say that, hey, I grew up in a household with both parents.
Yeah.
You know, coming where we come from, that's almost, you know, rare, you know what I'm saying, to have both parents in the house for the duration of your childhood, adulthood, life, and still together for that matter. Tell us, you know, and I know that you're smart enough to understand how important, you know what I'm saying, it was to have a father and a mother and to see healthy love in the household. So tell us, like, how do you think, you know, watching your mother and father, how long have they been together?
They've been married for 38 years.
Been married 38 years, to watch their love your entire life. You know what I'm saying? They've been married as long as you've been alive. To watch their love, and then you become an adult, and then you have children, you know what I'm saying? And you get in relationships and get married and things. Talk about, you know, how important it was to kind of see that demonstration in the household and how you understood kind of like, I know a lot of my peers amongst me might not have this, but it's a blessing for me to have my mom, for me to have my dad, not only in my life, but to teach me, guide me, and direct me. Like, talk about how important that was for you and your upbringing.
Man, the power of mama and daddy in the household, it plays a major part in a kid's development. It played a major role in my life because you get to see, you know, the masculine and the feminism. You know what I'm saying? Both of those has their own roles for the collective. If it wasn't for, you know, for mama's, the way that she is, you know what I'm saying, and driving and pushing us to try things, to push us to change our room around. She made us change our rooms around at least once a month or every few months. Change this room around. Just to get a different look. Yeah, give it a different look. Because what she instilled was, you create your place. You create your living space. So switch around this room to however you like, but know that whatever you created, you did it. And if it wasn't for daddy's, you know, hard work every day, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, hitting them construction sites, us having food on the table every night. You know what I'm saying? It'd have been a hard task for one parent. So, man, I'm blessed to get both perspectives.
Absolutely.
And I think I know it has made, you know, the man that I am.
Absolutely.
I mean, they, you know, mom and daddy, they instill that into the grandkids now.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, me as a daddy, I'll do it as well, but even the grandkids can see that
that extended
grandpa
love,
and grandma are still together, and they still making it happen, and we still have family functions. It's a beautiful thing, and it's for the my community that didn't have both parents in the household. It's a struggle, and no, I don't look down on anybody. That's one thing Mama always taught me. Because my friends didn't have what I have, which is both parents, we never look down on nobody. She said, they are our family also. Man, it's been plenty of times Mama invited my friends over for dinner.
Oh, for sure.
No problem.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And
I feel like your mother and father has always been like parents at a community, like, man, especially in our generation, you know what I'm saying? Everyone knows your family, everybody know the corner house.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you pass by, even if you don't know the Frosters,
they gonna hunt.
Away.
Somebody gonna pass by, somebody gonna hunt.
Somebody gonna hug away. But yeah, it's just like, you know what I'm saying, that old school, like I think everybody that knows your family kind of respect that longevity that your parents showed, and we can all appreciate it in this community, the love not only that have they shown the community, but just, you know, producing, you know, a beautiful family and showing that, you know what I'm saying, you can make it work, you know?
Yeah,
for sure.
You can make stuff work, and yeah, you're right. Everybody knows Miss Adrena, Mr. Ricky.
Yeah.
But it's you know, I'm the offspring, so it's me giving back to them what they taught me.
Right.
And what I'm sharing with the world.
Right.
Is like a gift to mom and daddy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure they so proud of you, you know what I'm saying, and all your accomplishments and achievements.
Yeah.
Now, I like to educate on my platform, and I know, you know what I'm saying, me and you've had several conversations. Like, man, a mindset can get you far. And I knew you since, you know what I'm saying, since we've been knowing each other. You've had a certain type of mindset that has allowed you and afforded you many opportunities in life to accomplish the things you have. I want you to talk to a young man because, you know, in this day and age, to be honest, man, with the digital world, a lot of people don't like to work. So, you know, you kind of one of those last of a dying breed, one of those men of our generation still get his hands dirty.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as crazy as it sounds, a lot of men don't even like to work these days no more. And then sometimes, you know, a lot of men find shortcuts. And, you know what I'm saying? No shade to nobody that don't have to use their hands for hard labor. But it's just a need for men like you that like say, hey, you know, I'm not a rapper, I'm not a basketball player, I'm just a hard-working black man that's gonna make stuff happen. And your talent, your ability, and your skill has got you on a national scale to display it. So I want you to just talk to a young cat who's trying to figure it out, who may say, man, you know what I'm saying, I don't know exactly what I want to be, but I don't have the, you know what I'm saying, the charisma to be in front of a camera. I don't have a basketball skill. I don't know how to cut hair, but man, I want to work. Like what kind of advice would you give him? Because like I said, it's like a man like yourself, man, you put your head down and you work, you probably don't even say nothing. I don't hardly see you post nothing on social media or nothing. You know, but it's a need for men like you to speak up and say, hey man, you can live a good life without having to do this or having to do that. So just for, you know what I'm saying, somebody to say, hey, they go look at this interview and say, man, I seen him on TV. I want you to just give advice, man, to, you know, the youth and the generation coming behind us or anybody who might be searching for some inspiration on, you know what I'm saying, what hard work look like, man. What would you tell them?
So I'm gonna run back. So in high school, you know, I took the trade school. I went to a technology school. In 11th grade and 12th grade year.
Was that Metro Tech?
Yeah, Metro Tech. I didn't know if you wanted to. So I took that 11th grade, 12th grade year. I started off as doing electrical, and I found out how tough and confusing it was, and I immediately dropped out. But I also went to welding, and that's where I found out that, man, this is kind of fun. It's more better. So fast forward 3 years later, man, I joined a union pipe fitters, you know, local here in Oklahoma City. And what we do there is a lot of welding and a lot of installs. So we deal with a lot of pipes and everything. But what I can say was I was that young guy that was confused about life. I didn't have a college plan. Hell, I ain't even been to college. Probably tried out like a semester. And man, it was just something wasn't right. It just wasn't my style. I figured out that, man, I'm more happier and more better using my hands and my brain. So taking the trade route was the best route for me. I immediately was getting paid to go to work. I had to go to school twice a week, which was pretty easy. You know, did that for 5 years. Then I graduate. In this day and age, with social media, I can see how kids are so confused. It's so much out there that's on the web that can get anybody confused.
For sure.
You don't know. Everything looks good. So you don't know how these people is getting what they're getting.
Right.
You don't know the cars that they get.
Right. Yeah. You don't know if they
jewelry,
stolen.
You don't know if
you don't know if they stole them. If
it
ain't theirs, you know.
Yeah, they might just be stunting.
Right.
But for me, being authentic to myself was the best route that I can go.
Absolutely.
And I kind of found myself before the internet even started, but I use the internet as good, and it helped me to improve who I am and who I was.
Right.
I think for the young man, young woman out there that's trying to figure out life, because life can be hard, you need to be alone.
Absolutely.
You need to be by yourself. And that's whether you're meditating by yourself, going to the gym by yourself, taking trips by yourself. I've done that a lot of times. But you got to learn yourself, for one, to figure out what you like. I would say hard work. You have to work hard in anything that you do. It don't matter what you're doing.
For sure.
If you think it's day trading,
right.
If you think it's basketball, if you think it's acting,
real talk.
Hard work comes with everything.
It's required.
It's required to you to elevate to a certain level.
Absolutely.
So the time is now to figure out who you are and what you want to do. You don't even have to have your whole life figured out.
Right.
For me, the way I set my goals, my whole life is not figured out.
Right.
My life
but
is
I'm gonna
figured
build
out.
as I go.
I'm doing it as I go. I'm
right.
building as I go. I'm
Absolutely.
designing as I go. But also, I'm learning as I go.
Absolutely.
You have to pick a time to start learning about yourself and learning something.
That's real.
But you got to figure out what that something is for you.
Yeah, that's real, bro.
And sometimes you have to get off of that internet and social media to figure yourself out.
Absolutely. I
You know
totally agree. And a lot of times people feel that pressure of feeling like they go miss something if they not on the internet. But you talking about the Tough as Nails show when you got to go 7 phones without talking to your family and having a phone. But, you know, a lot of that time people will look at it like, man, that's going to be hard not to have all the things I'm used to. But sometimes that isolation brings elevation.
Yep.
So, man, I appreciate you giving that word of advice. Now, I just want to give you your flowers, bro. A part of my platform is, you know, I've worked hard. You know what I'm saying? Me and my team has worked hard to build this platform. And, you know, a lot of times they say when people kind of reach a certain level, you spoke at a certain level, and a lot of times people don't understand that when you reach a certain level, you know, people feel like you get Hollywood or you're not, you know what I'm saying, you forget about your people. But I wanted to use my influence, my exposure that I have with social media to shine light on some great stories and some people who play a part in my story. There's great individuals, and man, this just has formed into, you know what I'm saying, a great thing that I've been doing with these interviews, because I'm getting to catch up with people I've really got relationships with, and we get to look back and be like, damn, man, you remember when we was here, now we here. So, man, I just want to tell you, bro, thank you for being, and you know what I'm saying, a great friend over the years. You know, you never, no matter what stage or phase in life we was in, you've always been, you know what I'm saying, a good friend. When we talk, it's always love, you know what I'm saying. I feel the energy is always supportive, you know what I'm saying. When you see me doing something and you comment, congratulations, I know you genuinely happy for me. And likewise, when I found out, you know, you were on the show and seen all the recognition and acknowledgement you was getting, I just sat back and kind of laughed, you know what I'm saying. Like, that's my boy right there, you know what I'm saying. He country as he want to be, but that's my boy right there. But, man, again, bro, man, congratulations on all the success, man. And I want you to tell the people kind of a little bit more about what you do, because you do a lot of craftsman things. You done made some stuff for me, the Burberry sign in my closet. You made my daughter's first sign, you know, out of wood. So, you know, I want you to tell the people a little bit about, before we close up, about what you do and how they can follow you on social media and keep in contact with you if they need, you know, some stuff made, you know?
Okay. Yeah, so with my company that I've built and, you know, created, I'm always into design. I've always been in love with design. And that means, to me, that means making something out of nothing, you know, or improving something. So I like to do a lot of woodworking, self-taught. I build different pieces of furniture. I do a lot of welding, so I'll do welding repairs for a lot of farmers and stuff out here. But I just like to create, and that may be on a piece of paper. That may be modeling, you know, wood and paper into a
I've seen some of the decks you've done, like the home decks. Like those be cold. Like I like how you the wood, how you stain the wood, and then you know what I'm saying, you do it. So do a little bit of everything. How can people follow you? Like what's your social media?
I have so my social media. I'm on Instagram, mf.industrial.
I'll put it on the screen too.
I'll put most of my projects on there.
Okay.
And Facebook, just Mr. Frost.
So if someone wanted a custom piece of wood, like custom piece of wood furniture works made, how would they get in contact? Would it be easy for them to reach you on like Instagram?
Yeah, it'll be easier to just direct message me on Instagram.
Cool. So
make sure people can see their work.
Yeah, so make sure y'all DM mf.industrials on Instagram. Make sure y'all hit them up and check them out. Well, man, I don't want to take up too much more of your day. I appreciate you taking the time to sit and get this interview. And again, man, congratulations on our success, man. I wish you much more success. We'll keep in contact, man, and I know this is only the beginning of more great things, so we'll have to get another interview and talk about all other stuff we've accomplished here in the near future. So, man, again, thank you, bro. Y'all make sure y'all follow bro, man, and keep up with the story, man. Tough as Nails, Contender. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. What season was it that you competed on?
Season 4.
Season 4. So, you know, if you got Hulu, right?
Yep.
Is it on Hulu?
Hulu, Paramount Plus.
Okay.
I think Google Play.
Yeah, so you can find it on several different platforms. You know, Tough as Nails Season 4. Make sure y'all check him out. Check out his social media. And, man, we go keep in touch, bro, and keep doing your thing. I appreciate you. All right, man, take it easy. Y'all be easy. Peace.
I like to do hood rat shit with my friends.